T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Joy Seekers are live.
Here we are. Good evening.
I've got my new t-shirt.
New t-shirt. He's in a new livery. It's called a yellow t-shirt.
Hello. Where's Kev's down there? Good evening. Oh, he's not on it.
So we've got to say hello to Jade and to Jerry. And Jerry, yep, coming on the show last week. And we've got Jay and Lauren, Brian. Jackie, we know you. Hi, Kim. Kim, got one thing to say. Choo, choo, choo.
At least he's on time.
Thank you, everyone, for my birthday greetings.
Oh, yes.
I was dead chuffed.
Yeah.
That was
Terry,
brilliant.
21 again, eh, Terry? Must be.
I did. I got over 80 responses.
Brilliant.
So one from the tax man. One from No, it was, I was so touched. I really was. And a lot were from drone seekers.
So for all those people who actually put all those comments for Terry, well done. Thank you very much.
Excellent. It was
appreciated.
Good. Much appreciated.
Tanya?
Kev's trying to get in. Look, he says open the backstage door.
Where is he? Oh, he's down there. Hang on.
Don't know.
Well, that'll teach you for being late, won't it? You shouldn't be late.
Come on, Kev.
No, seriously, I've got.
He's had a few, I think. We're in for a rough ride tonight.
I do have a bit of an issue. I can't get me thing to do for you to go down there.
You had to have a few though, didn't you? Because you flew Ryanair.
Was that it? Oh, there we are.
I saw you fly over.
Oh, yeah,
what's going on?
I've only been here 10 minutes.
Oh, poor old. Oh, that's bad. Right.
Have you got the message then, Kev?
sorry. The thing is, Kevin, it went off the screen at the bottom there.
And now the guest is going to
No, the guest is here. Look. No, the guest is here.
Oh,
we haven't
bring
got
a guest on.
We haven't got guests.
No, you can take over.
We've got two guests. Look, we've got.
Oh, Gary.
Got Steve here.
Yeah, we are right. Yeah, this is Steve and the other one.
I'm the other one.
Yeah, the other one. We tried all the other versions and none of them were rude. We couldn't take it anymore. Right, anyway, so we do have a special guest this week. I wonder who it can be.
Ooh.
Steve left and Steve right.
In the afternoon, is it?
In the morning.
In the morning.
Steve right in the morning.
Let's welcome this week's Drone Seekers live show special guest.
Oh, no applause, just 10s and 20s. No applause, just 10s and 20s.
No, we've seen. I actually thought Chuck was from Scotland. Actually, I didn't realise.
He is. Chuck.
I think what gives it away
Scotland.
It's the Scottish accent, Chuck. What do you reckon?
No, it's more Canadian.
We've renamed you McChuck.
McChuck.
Chuck of McChuckles.
Who played the organ for the end? Who played the organ for the intro?
YouTube strike.
Yeah, Chuck Kovac. That'll do it.
Oh, don't do it.
Chuck Kovac, is it? Right.
Chuck Kovac.
Well, Chuck, thanks very much for joining us tonight because
thanks for having me.
We were watching your vlogs. And when you actually sparking off your vlog? Is it posted up there now, or
It's up. Yeah, it's There's no drone footage in the first one though. It's all.
well, it's a
involves
vlog
flying.
on your visit to it's a vlog on visit to so basically for those who don't know, but most of you probably do know anyway, but Chuck recently travelled from New York to what airport did you fly
Bonnie,
to?
Scotland.
We connected in Heathrow and then Heathrow to Edinburgh. So
Oh, okay. Oh, so you had to go right. Okay. So
we were supposed to go direct from Philadelphia to Edinburgh, but then American Airlines had other plans for us. They actually canceled and rebooked us in June and sent us directly to Heathrow and nowhere else. So, we were just gonna so I had to call them up and I'm like,
Hold on a minute.
yeah, we're supposed to go to Scotland. It's quite the drive from like Heathrow and she's like, well, we canceled that flight. You know, we don't do it anymore. I said, well, I still got to kind of get there. So like,
what you said to her and said, well, you call me a hackney carriage.
So no, really, the American Airlines representative was all confused. And I'm like, well, wait a second, you had me going. We're going round trip from New York State to London, and that's great. Now get us from London to Edinburgh on the way there. Do you have a flight that like leaves London and goes to Edinburgh? She's like, yeah, we have one that would leave like 2 hours or 4 hours later and get in and went there. Okay, book it. And then what about coming home? Can we leave Edinburgh like the stupid o'clock and like get to Heathrow?
So
She's like,
did you have
yeah,
to
we have a
reverse-
flight with a 2 hour connect. Perfect.
So did you have to reverse, do the same thing, go back from Edinburgh back to Heathrow?
Yeah, our flight was leaving Heathrow at like 11 in the morning. So we got like 7, I think it was a 7:30 or something out of Edinburgh.
I was actually surprised, Chuck, that you did so much in the way of drone footage, really, because every time I saw you was in a distillery somewhere.
Everybody says that. Well, we did do quite a bit of drinking.
Do we not fly and drink? No, drink.
Always fly first and then drink. Or at least tell them that's what happened. At least tell them
Yes.
that's what happened.
Remember, boys and girls, if you are going to drink, fly your drone first.
If possible. Otherwise,
Like
lie.
what we do.
Yeah, not what we do. Yeah.
Otherwise, lie. Yeah.
But so was it 300 or 400 gigabytes of footage you've got there, Chuck?
Well, some will be on the floor, but yeah, I had like 400 gigs of stuff.
This is what we were talking about last week, Marcus. 8mm films on the floor.
Well, if you don't have it, you can't cut it out later. You have to have it to use it. So
There you
I'd
go.
rather have a lot of scrap.
I think that's the same. I think it's the same with most people. Do you know what I mean? Jackie said the same thing. And I think most people, we film lots and use very little of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had half an hour's worth of footage and ended up with 5 minutes worth. But
yeah,
Well, that's good. Yeah.
The vlogging is more wasteful than the drone flying. I've become more effective filming and flying the drone, where I'll strategically think of a shot, and then I'll start to record, execute the shot, stop, and then try that again, and I'll do it a few times, and then I'll usually the last one's always the best, but not always.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Oh, do you literally then, Chuck? Are you literally sort of going this like, okay, right, take one type thing, and if that doesn't work, right? So you planned it. All you have to do is make the good execution of the actual what you got in mind.
Yeah, like the Kelpies. I was staring at the Kelpies, like, what do I want to do with these things?
Man.
And then
fly through the arch.
Well, actually, that was a no drone zone. But I ran into this couple. There was a Scottish couple there, and the guy was taking a picture of his wife in front of the Kelpies. And I said, "Hey, you want me to like take a picture of you two guys together?" And he's like, "Oh, that'd be great." So I snapped like, "Okay, over here, like move over there." He was taking nice pictures, and then it turns out that he offered to reciprocate, and then he's laying on the ground taking the picture, kind of outdid me, and then we got talking. And he turns out he's a drone guy, I'm a drone guy. He's on YouTube, I'm on YouTube, and then I said, "Well, I want to fly my drone here, but it says no drone zone." He's like, "Well, what do you have in your bag?" I'm like, "Well, I have a Mini 2 and a Mavic 2 Pro." He's like, "You have a Mini 2?" He said, "Get that thing up in the air, man." He's like, "Here," he says, "I'll cover you." He gets out his golf umbrella and puts it up, and he stands behind me with the golf umbrella to block my view from like,
Brilliant.
like covert, and I'm flying the drone.
Yay!
But yeah, so that I like to think through the shots a little bit before I do them, and then get a few different angles, because you know how it goes. It's like, you got to do things a few times, because like I try to like orbit manually. I don't like to use the automatic stuff, the AI stuff. I'd rather do it like a pilot. So it takes a bit to get like
Takes a bit of
organized
practice,
to do
doesn't
like,
it?
to get the nice orbit.
I think it
around.
depends. I mean, the thing is, if you can, I mean, I know I don't plan nothing. The only thing I plan is to fly the drone and film something. Hopefully, I'll get what I want. I have to remember to point the drone in a rough direction of what I want to film, and then go right, record. And that's the great thing. That is, go and film something, and then suddenly realise you've got to press record. How many times?
Oh no, that's happened to everybody. That happens to me all the time. It's like I get back, I'm like, "Where's that clip? Where's that clip?" Oh, sugar, it's not there.
It didn't happen because I didn't press the button.
I never press the. Yeah, so that's the. So I mean, yeah, but if you record one long clip and you have like all these shots in this clip, do you really want to sit through and edit that? And it's like, and it's gonna just when you bring it into the editor, the computer's gonna be like, "Oh my God, what are you trying to do to me? You're trying to kill me, man." So it is better to try to organize your shots.
I've given my
trim
computer an extra brain. I have to plug mine in, you see. It's got an extra bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
this
exactly. When you put that into
this is Scotland right here. This is Scotland.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just it's a little. It's like it's basically like an NVMe inside a box. Is all it is.
I was going to say it looks more like a box. Actually, I was going to say not Scotland.
Hey, Chuck, I want to fill you in though. So Gardner is kind of bragging here, talking about different shots and so forth. But what all of us really know is all Gardner ever does anymore is fly the FPV drone. So when he talks about getting a shot, take it into that kind of context.
I didn't fly the FPV drone yesterday. I flew the Mavic 2 Pro yesterday.
He was chasing trains.
Yeah.
I wish I could have packed my FPV drone, but Lori's dress took up too much space. There was no room for any more drones. It's not her fault. I didn't plan on bringing that. I was going to bring a second Mavic 2 Pro though in the suitcase.
Could you believe it?
Ted was chasing trains as well. You've got to see that video.
Don't you think that's unsociable to change the trains from the Duchess of Sutherland to the Jubilee, whatever it was, 4, 5? How dare they change the trains?
Absolutely. It's the same train. I don't know what's Duchess of Sutherland as opposed to the Bahamas.
I think you'll find the Duchess of Sutherland's more like maroon colour than the Duchess of Actually, that train originally, Kev, the train we saw yesterday actually was originally green. I don't know if you know that.
Yes,
I love those shots.
Yeah.
It belonged to the London Midlands Scotland Railway, that train. It was built in
I've got a serious question for really. Yeah, I know.
I wonder if Marcus is going to ask the same thing I was thinking. I'm waiting to hear Marcus's question because I was watching the footage yesterday of the train. I had a concern about it, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, I'm just wondering, are there regulations about how far back you have to be? Because I noticed some of your shots were pretty far back.
And they were
you were right over the tracks.
Which is kind of a no-no sometimes in the
States. Being legal.
Yeah, Kev was being good.
Yeah, you were offset. Tell me you were offset, and you're good.
Well,
don't say anything. But no, really, here in the States, though, I think you can fly over railroad tracks when there's no train on the tracks.
I didn't know there was a train on the tracks.
In the United States, you can't fly over. You can't fly over a train directly over a train in the United States. It's considered infrastructure, and it's a no-no. But you can fly offset. You can fly offset, and you can. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be drone police or anything, but here in the States, it's kind of like avoided.
Well, either way, I think Steve got some great footage.
Oh, it's killer, man! It's killer footage.
Absolutely.
You're flying through the steam and everything, and you can see the shadow of the drone.
But did anyone notice that the drone come to a standstill because it felt
the sensors?
The sensors hit the steam and it put the brakes on.
Yeah, but then you can see the shadow of the drone in the steam. It was epic.
That wasn't
how hot that steam was.
Yeah.
Steve, you must have planned some of that because you took footage of the railway from a cab view.
No, I did that afterwards.
Oh, good idea. So that was good planning.
When I did that, that's when I suddenly thought, "What's that noise?" there was another train coming. I'm getting thrown off my train about 2 foot from the track. I suddenly thought, there's a bloody train coming up again.
Oh my god.
That's 2 in 1.
See, you got to live dangerously.
I have yet to catch a train on this one set of tracks that goes through this nice.
No, it doesn't pay to live dangerously because you might end up with a crushed drone.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Nice work, Steve. Seriously.
It's really good footage, man.
It
It's
was.
really cool. Yeah.
So we got here. Oh, hang on. Who's that? No, that's you, Jackie.
That's me.
Who's that?
Who's that? That's Arthur.
Who's that guy? I don't know that guy.
That's Arthur.
Yeah, Jack doesn't know him.
Hey, Art. Well, it's been what? About 12 hours since we talked last.
Hey, little known fact to the rest of the panel here, Chuck also drives a Corvette. You knew he was cool, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've had it for a long time. I've had it since November 30th, 2000.
Hmm.
It's still the same car. Yep.
That's great.
She's an oldie. She's an oldie, but I only wanted to do it once. And Marcus has that sexy C8, but mine's a 5th generation car.
Captain Ray.
Oh, Captain Ray. How you doing?
Hey, Ray.
Right, evening all. Oh,
What's his name?
police got me.
View media.
I'll go on quietly, officer.
You know, that's if somebody was really smart, they would sign on as the railroad police. That would be so funny.
Yes.
Well, didn't Nurk got in trouble, but he flew right into boxcars.
He flew into it, didn't he?
Yes. That was,
Wow.
You guys showed that. You guys showed that not
That
so
was
long
Owen.
ago.
That
Yeah.
was Owen. Wheels. Another one of your steam buddies.
Epic flying.
I got there before the train did. That might work.
You know, there are 2 aspects to that thing that Nurk did with regard to monetary. He got a huge fine, I guess, in the thousands of dollars. But also that single video.
It must be
also,
viral like crazy.
Oh my God, it made him thousands of dollars. So
Yeah, it was epic, and his flying, his skill is unbelievable.
$1,000 yet.
Yeah, that dude can fly.
Thank you. That's very kind of him.
I agree.
They're on their way.
They come right in Spain to get me.
Ray says, "Who's that with you, Steve?" It's our judge, Stephen Deere.
It's Steve Deere.
Who's Steve?
I'm the other one.
Stephen, that was Steve.
Oh dear.
That's me.
He says he doesn't have his glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Not old dear.
I didn't say old. I said just
Oh,
O-H, dear.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
Oh no.
I've heard them all.
Frickin'. I'm good enough at getting myself in trouble. I don't need that much help.
Chuck, what was your first drone?
A Mavic Pro. March
Oh.
14th, 2017.
muy
Yeah.
bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I bought it because I was interested in drones, but they're always so big and chunky and clunky, and I wanted it for travel.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah,
the Mavic
exactly.
Pro came out, it was like, oh, this can go with me. This can go
So
anywhere I go.
you never bought a Phantom? You never bought a Phantom at all in Chuck, no?
I bought, you know what's funny? I bought a Phantom 3 Standard after I almost crashed my Mavic Pro and got scared. And then I bought the Mavic, I bought the Phantom 3 Standard to practice on, and I hated that thing. It was like carrying a freaking colossal thing around.
Well, I actually had a memory come up on my Facebook. You get these memories pop up there, and I didn't realise that yesterday was 5 years ago since the first one flew my first DJI Phantom drone.
Congrats!
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
my fifth
5 years.
anniversary is in March. Yeah, it's coming up.
And it's cost us all thousands, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, because then I fell into the trap where I was like, okay, so I had the Mavic Pro, and then let's see, how long did I have that thing? Is 17, 18? When did DJI release the next thing? Spark came out like remember
yeah.
Spark came out in
That's
June
right.
of 17.
Start.
I was like, I've got to have that drone. I have to have that drone.
Yeah, Steve.
I bought Spark.
We never say much about that, do
Yeah.
we, Jackie?
I bought Spark,
Well,
and
me
then
and Stephen Deere got the DJI Aqua sub, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Hey, Chuck,
Yeah.
so do you still have that original?
You tried to milk
Mavic
it,
Pro?
actually.
No, I traded it in with Carolina Drones back to get the Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah, well, so I sold mine to get I think I bought the original Mavic Air. I sold it to buy the original Mavic Air, but I kind of regret it because that was the original folding drone. I really kind of wish I still had it.
Well, you know what I miss about the Mavic Pro that I never cared about when I owned it, but is the 19:6 capability of it, where the camera would rotate,
right?
And you could film like a cell phone, up and down. And now with these shorts and stuff, that camera would be really handy. You could film in that format in 4K.
Well, as you know,
right?
Autel is reintroducing that capability.
It's genius. And DJI has just abandoned it. That was the coolest thing about the camera on the Mavic Pro, is it was round. It would rotate.
Well, Kim's asked a question here, right? And I think I know. I think there's at least 2 people on here. And those 2 people know they are.
I'm in denial.
Question. Okay, but how many people are thinking about breaking the bank and getting the Mavic?
You guys didn't watch 2K Drones yesterday, did you?
Yeah.
Mavic 3 Pro.
Yeah, I guess it is to be called. Is it the Mavic 3 Pro or is it just the Mavic 3?
It's the Mavic 3 at the moment, as far as we know.
Yeah.
I reckon Kev's going to get one.
Yeah, I would. They're bringing out a Mavic Cine as well, I believe, aren't they?
No, that's
Mavic
the
3
heated
Cine.
discussion. That's the heated discussion because the Cine
I bet
Cine
Kev's
pack
gonna get one.
is.
Maybe.
We talked, you guys
I
know
don't
about
think
the
you'll
Cine
get
pack,
a
right?
DJI FPV. I think
Chuck was saying about the price. Chuck, what the price of that is bounded that this Cine job is priced for what, $2.5 or
I
more
think
than
the
that?
Cine's gonna be pushing $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah, it's very, very.
But you know what? But before you get upset about that, really none of us on this panel, unless we're doing professional work for Hollywood, really are going to make use of that Cine pack. It's like
absolutely.
That's the problem. It's not that it's not really super cool and everything, but it's like it's just not gonna. As a YouTuber, I know I'm not going to make use of it. It's going to be just money spent for nothing.
Probably more aimed at the Inspire.
Yeah, it's right. Those are the guys that are trying to go out, like, do National Geographic stuff, and they're like, they don't want to carry the Inspire around. They want to carry this nice little thing, so when a lion comes after them, they can outrun it and still have their drone.
See, and this is the other problem as well. They're still not putting categories on these drones, which means that at the end of this year, or is it the end of 2022? At the end of 22, it becomes a
legacy drone.
You can fly it from far away, and that's it. So
Just thinking. Oh, Chuck's comment just now about the natural history dronies was about the lion running away from the lion because they got an Inspire. But the thing is, if they got an Inspire, they can take the Inspire out of the box and jump in the box. If they're running a little drone, what are they going to do then?
That's true. Yeah, it'll hold a human. It's so big. Yeah.
They can't outrun the lion, you know. They're knackered.
Yeah, you're not going to get your head into the bag of the Mavic Pro box.
because that one is only to get your body eaten.
You can get your hand in there. Like,
hey, Steve on the left, I know that you think that I'm going to buy the Mavic 3. No, that's Steve G. He's on my left. Anyway.
Can I just say, if the Scordio...
I bought the FPV too.
What I'm saying is, we don't know what the Mavic 3 exactly is going to be yet. So I have not made a purchase decision, and I will not until we see the release.
But Marcus, most drones that come out, you purchase them, don't you?
Yeah, Marcus, you and I are kind of alike in that matter. You'll be like,
going to spend some money on a drone.
Yeah.
Except for the FPV.
Except for the FPV.
Oh, that's what
that would be there very soon.
Yeah, I got in trouble for that yesterday.
What were you going to say about the Skydio?
Yeah, if the Scordio is here,
yeah,
at the drop of a hat, I would buy that instead.
Did you guys notice the sensors on the Mavic 3 are the same as the Skydio sensors, and they're fixed on the fuselage?
See, that could
so
be a game changer, right, Chuck?
It's going to have. They didn't put them on the arms because remember Skydio had fixed arms because they wanted the sensors at the perimeter. better obstacle avoidance. So DJI said, well, we still want it to be foldable. They put them on the front and the top and the bottom, and now it's going to have 360. Well, it'll have the same capability, very close, and foldable. So I mean, that's going to get my money. They're going to get my money that way.
It would track like the Skydio.
Well,
I don't need a Skydio now because now I have a foldable that'll have the 360 like the obstacle avoidance like the Skydio. And what if they have a pendant up their sleeve or a remember they showed that watch about 1.5 years ago? They showed like one of these, like a wearable that you can control the drone with. What if this is a pendant? Your drone knows where you are.
Yeah, they're going to do some things that are going to blow us away. But the thing is, we don't know yet. So
we don't know. I'm just throwing these ideas out of things that they could do.
Yep.
What if they haven't got a new drone at all? They're just having your.
They're going to get my money. I keep saying they're not going to get my money, but they're going to get my money
that Chuck's
eventually.
just invented.
Yeah, you like that? I know DJI should hire me. I have all kinds of good ideas.
Maybe you should have a drone where you just think where it wants to go and it just goes.
That's it. I'm going to sell it now, Jackie. I'm going to sell it. No, sorry. It's for sale.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Awesome.
The value of the Skydio just gone.
I want that.
Skydio 2 is awesome. I wanted one of those. I was in batch 3 and I gave up waiting, and then I ended up buying.
You know what I did, Chuck? I had it within a month of release. And the way that I did that is when they first did their first introduction, I was right there on the button and hit that buy button. So
I
just went to the factory and said, "Give me my drone now, as I'm not on buy."
They just recently released a big firmware update for it that I think is going to improve the tracking of it even more. So they've changed it to where you can adjust the height floor on it. It has an 8-foot height floor now. Obviously, they don't want it running into people or things, so they keep it above. And you were able to disable that height floor, but now they're making it adjustable so that you could say, okay, I don't want it to go below 4 feet or something like that. You can set it in the app. So a bunch of improvements they made, so I'm anxious to try it out.
I mean, the Skydio is a good all-round drone because you can fly it like a normal drone. It's very autonomous. You can do everything with it. Really.
Let me tell you.
The only thing is the controller. The controller is a bit wonky.
It sucks, Chuck. I mean,
I wanted to be nice about it, but yeah, it's wonky.
There's a lot of lag in the controller. It is not the precision controller like we're used to with DJI. Does it work? Yeah, it does. It works. It works great. And trying to fly through trees and stuff are really cool with it because it will just move its way around the trees. But don't make the mistake. I always tell people, don't buy it thinking that you're going to have the same kind of flight experience that you have with a DJI drone because you're not. But tracking-wise, it's by far the best.
Ray's answering the question there. Kevin's, we can't reveal the question you've got there. If we do, Ray, what happens?
Yeah,
I am a spy. I mean,
East of Moscow, isn't it?
Skydio 2 is like a GoPro with blades, basically.
Yeah, and that's the most underrated part, Chuck.
That's why I want one.
The camera on it is just phenomenal.
That would be. I think Jack can get good use out of your Skydio, Marcus. I really do.
Definitely.
And the color profile is very much like a GoPro. It has that very, very saturated, vivid.
I'm going to get you a Skydio. I promise. I said I'll get you one.
Yeah, if you have a GoPro and you have a Skydio 2 and you're active and outside mountain biking and doing all the stuff like Oz does, snowboarding, that's what it's for. It's like
it would be no good for me. I'll get on airplanes, go fly the Skydio.
I'm more a slowpoke. I'm more a cinematic slowpoke, so I don't really need the Skydio too much. Except I'd like that better avoidance for when I do screw up. Avoid the twigs of death and things.
Yeah, I must have. Yeah, I mean, what we saw from. I've got the video. Yeah, where it actually hit that wire, and it's still maintained.
Oh man, I came so close.
Al
Duran, yeah.
On across that bridge. I mean, the thing is, it done quite well until it actually. But it done very well in general because it done well to avoid, and then when it did hit one, it just sort of maintained. Well,
It just corrected itself, didn't it? Mind
I had
you, my Spark did that when I crashed it into a tree once. It fell all the way down the tree and corrected itself. Not kidding, about 10 foot from the ground.
Wow. Saved
Yeah,
itself.
and then flew back.
I flew my Spark into a brick wall and it bounced off.
Was it Al's drone? Al's drone, the Skydio that went in the water though.
That's
Oh,
right.
that was Alderan. Yeah, and Billy Kyle had the same issue, but Al, they were both very different kind of situations.
Yeah, he very much drowned, didn't it?
Terry's quiet. Look, he's eating sweets again.
Spotted.
I saw somebody flew the viaduct. I wasn't fortunate enough to fly the
You can imagine Terry in class at school, can't you?
Eating
Sweets out.
I've just got to say, over is actually we've got Kev's outnumbered well and truly because he's got 4 of us from Spain here.
Yeah, that's
2
right.
Americans and only 1 in the UK.
1 in the UK. Sorry, Kev.
I'm in the fort for England. Don't worry.
I've got to say,
You'll be here soon, Kev, won't you?
Oh,
yes.
Russia.
On Tuesday. We've got a drone meeting on Tuesday.
Drone
Cool.
meeting?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that actually after the show, so don't run away too quickly.
I swear I saw on Drone Seekers on Facebook that somebody flew the Glenafin viaduct, and it wasn't me because
Brian.
I
That was
failed.
Brian.
'cause-
Brian,
Yeah, I was so jealous.
Brian Turnbull.
Ball's Drone Seekers.
Jealous. I tried to do it. I had everything with me. It was pouring down rain and wind blowing, and
Thing is, Chuck, he lives in Scotland. This is really
In Scotland, they've got a special accessory for a drone. It's called an umbrella.
it was too damn windy. We just had.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
dude.
Anyway, it was cool to see though. We saw it. That was
Yeah.
cool.
A drone umbrella.
A drone
Umbrella.
umbrella. Somebody has like a wetsuit for like the Mavic 2.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective it is.
Oh, no, that's
Have you
the
seen
skin.
that?
I must just quickly say hello to Biggles because Biggles, we're missing you, mate. I left him this morning. 6 o'clock this morning. I said to Biggles, I won't be long.
Liar!
Poor Biggles.
You've got to say Sally now, then.
One, they can't understand, and secondly, you're always lying. Won't be long. I mean,
Have you brought the FPV with you?
I brought all my drones with me.
Well done.
I brought drones I haven't even got.
He's even got a Mavic Pro 3.
Did I?
Yeah, I brought Mavic Pro 3 with me. I've got the Skydio 6.
You don't want a zoom, do you? Do you want a Mavic zoom?
He's outside the door.
I've got a zoom you can have.
Me too. I have a 2 zoom that I need to get rid of.
I like it. But,
I think Kev should buy the Mavic 2.
yes, I do.
That is Kev, seriously, that is a bloody awesome drone. Very good drone.
You're getting no commission out of me, all right?
No commission. No
Someone
commission.
must want
We could bypass him, Kev.
Yeah, good do.
I don't want no commission for selling it. I'm just
No,
trying
of course you don't. You never did.
I mean, I was on 10%, but that was
The other week.
oh, I just said it like, oh, sorry. We
Bribe
cut that
myself
bit
again.
out.
I don't know how to do it.
Take
Oh, I
2.
got a 50-pounder right here. Can I bribe myself back on again?
You know that's worthless money here, don't you? We don't accept.
I learned the hard way. Yeah, I got a whole pile of them.
Well,
They don't tell you that when you go to currency exchange in the
I'll
States.
tell you.
They
I'll
just
tell
give
you
a
what. I'll
stack
give you
of
currency, Joe, but I'll give you 20 quid each.
I took a lot of abuse.
Chuck, I know you already got one. I was going to say, if you send enough of them to Terry, he would swap them for a drone. But
Right? Yeah, I probably have enough.
Chuck's got one.
I thought they were an excuse. I thought they were an
how
excuse to go
far-
back.
Do you live, Chuck, from Marcus?
Oh, shit. Other side of the country.
Yeah,
Other side of the country.
there were
well, we had this conversation. We talked about
probably a
with Terry
6-hour
last
flight
week,
away.
Because
Oh, wow.
so Chuck, do you originate from New York then or not?
Yeah,
No,
I'm from Syracuse. I never really escape here except when I travel, which used to be a lot more than it is now.
Syracuse.
Yeah, so it's right in
Syracuse.
the middle, right smack dab in the middle of the state.
Okay.
Yeah, Central New York. It's about 5.5 hours by car from here to New York City, which would
Oh,
be
wow.
we're
That's
we're
a long way.
northwest.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
39 hours from Boise, 2,528 miles.
Wow.
It's
I
me.
think it was
Fair bit.
London's closer.
Yeah.
well, no, actually, I
Yeah.
think from well, as the crow flies, I thought it was about 38 or 3,900 miles from Edinburgh to Syracuse.
Well, the strange thing about it, I actually put in my sat nav last night because obviously I was coming here from the airport to the County Airport, and I thought I'll just put it all in my phone, not the sat nav,
Ready, yeah.
And the company said 1,320 miles. I thought, well, I'm not driving all the way.
Right, racism in God's country.
On your
Steve,
location.
Steve,
And it was actually saying that, because at first I thought, no, yeah, it's just being stupid. But it was actually talking about going through the Channel Tunnel, driving through France, and driving to here.
Hey, look, Jerry is 3 hours above you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Only he can't come down to see you because he's not allowed out of Canada.
No, they just changed that.
yeah,
Sorry.
it just changed.
Woo!
I think if we get a
Oh,
test, we
so-
can go up. So
Jerry can have his holiday now.
3
can,
hours
yeah.
north of he's 3 hours north. That's
Well, Jerry's off to Florida, isn't he? For-
Ottawa.
Yeah, he's going to
Where is
Florida.
he in Ottawa?
Four
Where are
months.
you, Jerry? Where are you?
That Toronto, is it?
Oh, is it Toronto? Because that's not 3 hours. That's probably 4 hours from here. Because I got to go west and then north, up around Lake Ontario. I have to go up. He's on.
Jerry, where are
He's
you?
diagonally across from me.
Say
I'm on
Canada.
Lake. We're on the southeast corner of Lake Ontario. Toronto's kind of like on the northwest kind of edge of Ontario.
So Lauren is saying that you got to have a negative test to come back. So
Yeah.
you could get stuck in the States if you're Canadian and you come down.
No, you have to pay your way out.
Oh, wow, driving right through Syracuse.
Oh, yes, for anyone who's actually talking about the drone seeking shirts, we were talking about it last week, promoting and whatever, but we just did notice that the actual thing's offline at the moment. Kev's working on that, so we'll get that sorted out for you. So anyone who wants to buy drone seekers t-shirts,
Beautiful drone seekers
they'll be
t-shirt.
back on sale sometime
I want
next
a
week.
two-sider.
Yeah, I think by the end of the week.
Two-side T-shirt. I want that logo on the back, all blown up and big on the back, or maybe have like the astronaut thing on the back or something. It'd be cool.
Yeah, just have a Thunderbird picture of Thunderbird.
Yeah, yeah. You guys have some great graphics. You should put them on the
Indeed.
back too.
I missed that old intro. That intro was so awesome, Jackie. You rock.
Well,
I don't
I'm going to work on a 2022 intro, so
Yeah,
perhaps we'll bring that back.
And what I was going to say to you, Jackie, is I'm not sure if you're aware, I think we have had this conversation, but the first part of our intro, where the American space shuttle goes up, I get a claim from a Chinese company every week for the first
What,
6
still?
seconds. Yeah.
But that's not that bit's copyright free.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
honestly,
it's
I-
NASA, right? That's
every week.
NASA
Know where I
stuff,
got
which
it
is-
from.
I'll send you a screenshot, but I mean, to be honest with you, do you know what? I've actually challenged this company and said to them, who gives you the right to claim that? There's not. Are you American?
It's not.
No, you're not. So why don't
No.
you just go and but Facebook keeps saying to me, right, well, that bit's going to be cut out. Do you know what, Facebook? Do what you like. I don't care.
Hey, it's not a Chinese space shuttle.
I got it off of Canva. It's
Yeah,
copyright
but the
free.
space shuttle was probably made in China.
Yeah, see, you had
Oh, some of the parts
you
probably
knock off
were.
one, didn't you? That's probably from
Some-
AliExpress.
Probably the guidance system
Yeah,
came from
yeah.
DJI.
NASA ordered it off of AliExpress. That's
Probably. What's Recovery One Drone saying? He wants a polo shirt to play golf in.
They're lucky it didn't get lost in the post.
That's called candy, Terry.
I tried to hide it from Jackie.
I know you didn't succeed. I'm
No.
sorry. You're eating the other sweets now, aren't you?
It's a chocolatey clear.
Oh,
I like chocolate again.
Oh boy.
Save me one for Tuesday, Terry. I'll be all melted in my hand.
I've got to eat it before joke time because my teeth are sticking together.
oh my god! You got about 10 minutes.
Jeez, where's it going?
You know what, Terry? Last week, this seriously, right? We openly admitted on air that we between the three of us, i.e. Marcus, myself and Jackie, we couldn't string a joke together, okay?
Yeah, we can't.
So we tried our best to get people to come on here and tell a joke. Stephen Sutton, he said I might have one, and what did he do? He vanished.
Disappeared. Let us
I
down.
had nothing. I didn't say a word.
He went off to have a bath, didn't he?
I had nothing. I couldn't come up with anything. I just quietly watched in the chat, and I had nothing to add. So.
You know who should have? I just thought of this, Chuck, and you know this. Art should have come on and told a joke.
Yeah,
he's
probably.
a comedian.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, everybody was just too scared to step into Terry's shoes. That's what it was.
I was very, very tired.
So does Recovery 1 want a Drone Seekers golf shirt?
I'll tell you what, Recovery Drone, you can have a nice shirt with my name on if you like. I'll even initial it for
you. Sign it. Personally signed.
Yeah. See,
I need to get a golf shirt. Yeah.
I'm waiting for my Idaho quadcopter one.
That seems like a fair trade. I see a fair trade coming.
I think, what about Kovac?
Send a back out.
Kovac, I can't even say it.
Yeah, everybody says co-vacation. Maybe it should be, but it's co-vac.
I must say before I go, but just we've gone off the beaten track. We talk about Chuck and his adventures going up to Scotland. You was there for how many days was you there, Chuck?
I think we had 12 full days outside of the travel stuff.
So Chuck is actually, Chuck did vlog all of the trips and whatever. So slowly but surely it's going to be on his channel. The first episode's up there now. So Chuck, if you want to share your YouTube channel.
You can share my YouTube. Yeah, you can pull up my YouTube. Anything you want on there, put it on here. I won't complain at all. Show it all. The trailer was my wife's idea.
That's brilliant. Can you play it again?
Yeah,
you can play it 1,000 times. I think we have.
Right. I hope this is right. I can't
play the trailer.
Everything's minute this week. There we are. Check it out.
Cool.
Yeah, that was Lori.
Very nice.
Lori hauled that dress all the way from here to there.
The treat for him. So,
Very good. Very good.
You said the quality of it, Chuck, and I think if the rest of your videos or anything like that, they'll be very watchable. I think they get lots of hits and make lots of people come to Scotland. So, Brian, get your stall stuff.
Should I sell to their travel bureau? Is that what you're saying?
To be honest with you, Scotland, in all seriousness, Scotland have had a bit of a problem this year. It's a problem that a lot of places haven't had. Where is this? What is this 500? What is it? The 500 in Scotland is a thing to drive. Called something in Scotland. Brian.
The NC 500 over the track. I mean the road.
But Brian was saying that they've been inundated with camper vans this year.
Oh, it's bad. I am.
And people just, and the Scottish people,
it's bad.
They can't cope with it.
It's horrible. I was trying to drive a car on the other side of the road, on the other side of the damn, vehicle, and I got to deal with those freaking crazy ass things that are
on
like
the correct side of the road.
Jesus, there's no place. Where the hell am I? I was waiting to hear. I'm like hanging. I'm like waiting to hear the bink when they like rip my mirror off the car on the. Scary.
Yeah, the NC 500. That's the one.
NC 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Those
So
things are all
whatever
over
you
the
do,
place.
People, do not go to the NC 500.
May I put a
all
link
in
to
the
Chuck's
same
channel?
week anyway. Just go other places. But go.
I put a link to Chuck's channel in the chat there, so everybody click on it.
Just sub. I'll just sub.
Yep. Coation
Oh, yeah, thanks.
photography.
Covac.
Yeah, the first vlog rolled out today. It's more of see, Lori and I have never traveled business class before, so we thought it'd be fun to vlog it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we're like two
Well, it
peasants.
certainly wasn't Ryanair, was it?
That'd be me.
It was epic in there. After we lived through the bobsled run, though, that you commented on earlier, the bobsled ride was so like a lot of like the drone to me. I love using the drone. I used to use it exclusively. I did all these B-roll videos with music, kind of like the trailer. I do a lot of those on trips, and then we started vlogging, and now I've had fun with a lot of the ground cameras, like that bobsled video I did with Lori. We were all mic'd up, and we went down the bobsled, and I took this thing. You guys have probably seen the 1X2, this thing right here. You know, it's a 360 camera. And I put it on the selfie stick. I don't think I have the clamp up here, but I talked to the team there, and I clamped it on the bobsled, and then it filmed the whole thing.
Oh, brilliant. I love my 360.
That was a great video. You wouldn't catch me on there, though, Chuck.
Oh, it was so fun.
Hello, Brian. Take care,
Cheers, Brian.
It was so awesome. The sled gets right up in those banks, and you're like, this is great.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. I can't do like bungee jumping and stuff, but if it's on the ground, if I can just die on the ground by splatting into something at high speed, I'm okay with that. But free falling before it happens, I'm kind of upset about.
I've never bungee jumped ever.
No, I must admit, because no more luck the rope would snap.
Yeah, I'll parachute in the thing.
Yeah.
If it'd be Haley at the top, cutting it.
Steve, you did some extreme sport today. You went on a Ryanair flight.
Oh, there you go.
And do you know, I flew all three drones at the same time. How about that? One in the suitcase, two in the hold. Well, the thing was, I mean, normally I don't have any problems, but so I got to Stansted Airport. And she said, "What's in them cases?" I said, "They're drones." Right, okay. And they was all asking me a few questions about the drones, and I said, "Well, they're drones." I said, "Blah blah." Then I got on the plane. She said, "Excuse me, what's in those cases?" As I put them in the overhead lockers, "What's in those cases?" I went, "Drones." She said, "Have we got batteries?" I said, "Yes." "How many batteries have we got?" 7. Right, I've got to tell the captain. Otherwise, he can do chuck me off.
Yeah, what do you do with them?
Come on, the captain,
I was teasing you, Steve. Do you see me tease you in Facebook? I asked where you put your underwear because you had all those drones. That's how I pack. I pack all the drones first, and then I'm like, well, maybe I can get a couple of pair of socks in here too.
I've only got one pair of pants.
Or maybe you're commando. I don't know, but hey, Kim, Kim, you're right. That was my wife. She brought that dress over from New York, and that's Claire's dress from Outlander. She's a huge Outlander fan. So
Cool.
when she walked over the other, that was
Steve. That video was playing. Chuck. She sort of had that plan before you went to Scotland.
She told me what she had in mind. She said, "Don't get mad. I bought this dress, and I think we could do like a Sound of Music thing with it." And she wanted to go to Mid-Hope Castle really, really bad, and that. I can't believe that worked out. We went to Mid-Hope Castle late in the day on the way to Edinburgh, and it was a ghost town. Between 4:30 and 5, it closes at 5. We had the whole place to ourselves, so we just flew the drone, and like she put the dress on, and we just freaking had a whole shoot, and that was great. That was really fun. Yeah,
that's lovely.
She directed everything though. She's like, I want to do the Sound of Music thing, and then we watched it together.
Chuck, whatever she says, listen to her. She's cool.
She's the creative director now. She's like,
yeah.
Chuck, Tanya said that skydiving is fun.
I saw Tanya say that. Yeah,
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law did. I don't think I can do it. Yeah.
And Christopher said, "Has anyone seen the live footage?" Hold on, let me find.
Don't know anything about it.
What is that?
No.
Autonomous City.
Don't know. No clue.
I think that's a no for me.
What's it about?
I've got a clue. autonomy.
You know how frustrating it is to be in the chat when we ask these questions and they're like, "Wait a second, how do I type in an answer?"
Telling you, I've got a brilliant
It's really
idea.
frustrating.
Telling you, I've got a
So,
brilliant
Christopher,
idea.
just try to type in, add some detail, brother. Can you share part of the link here or something? Hard.
Marcus, would you up for skydiving?
You know, I've thought about it before. It sounds like kind of fun, but it's a little nerve-wracking. There's a ton of places here in Idaho that you can do those dual dives.
The
where,
tandems, they do the tandem thing.
Yeah.
Somebody or whatever.
I was going to say, Tony, can you take Marcus? I think Marcus might want to go skydiving.
Yeah. Well, she's right here.
Just tie him onto your foot or something. Just jump out of the plane. Come
Great.
on, Marcus.
If I just had the guts to do it, I could put this, the X2 on my
360.
head, and like it'll be killer video. But I'm
I
afraid I'll
plan
die.
to do a skydive for charity, for Teenage Cancer Trust. I mean, as a tandem, I wouldn't be brave enough, but I was well, why not? But the thing was, the rules were you were paid £200 to do it, or you get about £300 worth of sponsors. So if anyone wants to sponsor £300, I'll gladly jump out of an airplane, even if it's a Ryanair one. I don't care.
Really? Oh my God! Wow. You heard it here, folks.
Jackie will do it with you.
My best friend did it. My best friend did it years
when I
ago.
say in tandem, you have someone who knows how to bloody land. Jackie, how do you land this parachute, Jackie? I don't know, Steve. Well, we're going to die then, aren't we?
Let's do it in the sea, yeah.
Oh, well, that's not going to. Water doesn't help.
Jackie.
Water doesn't help.
Doesn't matter how tall it is. I'll climb it, but I won't free fall out.
See, that's kind of like, that's how Lori and I are too. Like if we're on terra firma, it doesn't really matter how high we go. It's all right. But yeah, when you put that air gap between us and the ground, it gets a little different.
The thing is,
Chuck, I don't even like going over humpback bridges when you lose that bit of weightlessness at the top.
Oh yeah, but
I don't like
don't
it.
like it.
But you know what's weird? I can sit in an airplane and I can put my face glued up against the window like 40,000 feet and I'm okay.
No.
But I
It's
don't know.
that
You're not hanging out.
Yeah, that's different then. Then
It's
my
that
safety net's
falling
gone.
sensation.
Jackie knows how to stick her camera out the window of the airplane. I've seen her do
Yeah.
it.
Really now.
What about is it the Camino del Rey? That's on a cliff.
Oh yeah, I'd love to do that.
I walked it when it first opened.
Did
And
you?
Wow.
it's fabulous.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Camino
That's not
del
really far from here,
the
is
King's
it?
Road.
Yeah, John
That's
had it right.
Yeah.
John's got it right.
John's
That's
got that right. He's a son.
Yeah, it's that rapid deceleration that's the problem. Yeah. You know, my buddy did skydiving a number of years ago, and he said that the planes are so rickety that you want to jump out of them. It's like you don't want to stay in a plane.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
Hey, Jackie, so that Camino
They're
del
not
Rey.
perfectly good operating airplanes. That's why you jump out.
just tell everyone the props have just stopped going around.
To be honest,
No, he said it was awful. He said the
sudden
plane was
stop
such a
is
rickety
nothing
piece
to
of
worry
crap. They
about,
wanted
is it?
out.
No, you wouldn't feel it
because you wouldn't know nothing about it.
Oh, dear, yeah.
Hey, Terry.
What were you going to say?
Well, that Camino del Rey, that's that ledge that they used
That's
to use. Yeah, okay. And man, that's scary. You need to take your 360 camera there, Jackie.
Oh, that'd be
That-
great.
Well, we could do it again if you like, because I absolutely loved it.
You did it, Terry?
I've done it, yeah.
Wow.
Let's do it.
I did it about just after Linda and I met, about 5-6 years ago.
It's not far from here, is it? It's
Hey,
like
explain
4
to
hours
people
or
what it
something?
is.
Malaga.
Folks that don't know what it is, can you explain it?
It's a road that connected mines over mountains, and there was no standard roads. So the miners built roads into the sides of the mountains, and these roads are only about 18 inches wide. So
They're
you've
on
got a
cliff side.
drop on the side, and it's really good because there's barriers, there's wire safety all the way along the outside, and very narrow bridges, and it is a really good experience. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Cool. Let's go do that.
I'll post some photos up for you, Marcus.
I'd love to see them. But Terry, don't you agree? that something like that has Jackie Akers written all over it.
Oh, it does. I desperately want to go there.
Yeah, all
I
over
desperately
that.
want to go there.
Jackie.
Anyway,
Nearly time to go home.
joke.
Oh, that means the show's almost over. I want another hour.
Joke.
Joke time.
Okay.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
I was thinking today, about an awful lot of things, and the hectic pace of life, and the way we all run around. And it got very difficult just to think about that because my mind was racing and I was so het up, I just didn't know which way to turn. And I saw this thing on the TV, there was a doctor came up, and he said, in order to have inner peace, and you need inner peace in your life, you should always finish things that you started, your videos and the rest of it. And since we could all use more calm in our lives, I looked around my house because my partner's away, so I'm by myself. Walked around the house, had a quick look, and I started some things I hadn't finished. I finished a bottle of which I had last night with my dinner, and then breakfast time there was a bottle of Chardonnay. Then I had a bottle of Baileys, and after that there was a bottle of wine. Then the remainder of the balloon of Shipton's on a box of chocolate. And you have no idea how fabulous I feel right now. But you'll send this to all your friends and you'll need a piss. And tell them you love them.
And that's true.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
That's fine. That's
Brilliant.
He's right there.
Good.
There's these two Chinese people. This Chinese bloke went up to this other Chinese bloke and he said to him, have you seen my cocaine? He said, no, not since the Italian job.
Marcus looks
That's two
confused.
for the price of
It's a
one.
bonus. We got a bonus.
You got a bonus there because it wasn't very. You're confused, Marcus.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Well, what's wrong? What's the problem?
Nothing. No, we're good.
What you're supposed to say, you're only supposed to blow the bloody door off. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to promote our friend Bob Dempsey and his old farts with drones.
Old farts. Oh, that's the little club that I haven't been invited to.
You can join. All you have to do is just join. You can do it.
You're not old enough.
I'm in
Actually, you're
denial.
not far enough. You're not nowhere near old enough.
Who's old?
I think
I'm
it's
in
not a
denial.
bad site though, but there's an awful lot of non-Joe Roney stuff. It's not bad.
Terry,
It's not
we
bad.
can join. We can join. Steve joins.
Yeah. I'm in it as well.
Well, I can tell you, next time I'm in Las Vegas, I'm going to look up Bob Dempsey and go flying some drones.
That would be cool. Over like Red Rock Canyon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red
I
Rock.
want to grow a beard like all the rest of them.
Can't fly the Strip, but there are so many really cool places to fly around.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well,
I have
that wasn't
actually-
true for the one dude that took off from the
I've
parking
been to
garage. Remember that
Vegas.
and landed at the airport?
Landed at the airport, yeah.
His drone auto-landed on the freaking tarmac.
On the
at Santa
tarmac.
Clara. Yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
didn't
terrible.
go well for that guy.
Well, the thing is, he actually would have got away with, I think his first fines were like, I don't know, $5,000 or something, which is a lot.
It's a
But
lot, yeah.
he refused to pay him, and so it escalated to where he owed like $30,000 at the end or something. I mean,
Oh,
it was crazy.
Well, maybe he put it on Black 13 and didn't work out for him or something.
Es posible. Es
Black
posible.
13.
They're 19. Was it Black 19 Black?
I
What the hell
actually
is
tell
it?
you, Chuck, I did that one night. Actually, I was playing an online roulette, and my son was there. He said to me, he said, so much you got in your key? I said, oh, a tenner. He said, just stick it all on one number. So, of course,
Go for
13 is my lucky number. And I put it on 13 Black.
Yeah.
and it won.
Yeah,
Oh,
I hit on, I
guacamole.
went out on my birthday. I did the same thing on my birthday, played roulette, and I played like 10 and 26. I don't remember what colors they were in.
But you know what he
But
said
half
to
and
me?
half, and one of them hit, and it was like $180 or something. I don't know.
Wow.
But after I won, he said to me, Dad, you're on the winning streak, put it on again. I said, not on your neck.
No, that's it. That's, see you later. I'm off to the buffet now. Thank you. Thanks for buying me dinner. Yeah, the house always wins if you let them.
Because let's face it, people try to say, yeah, but if you've won that money, it's not your money. Once it's in your account,
Exactly,
Sonny,
yeah.
you can
It's
spend it.
mine,
That's your
yeah.
money. You can
Right.
buy a new drone. You got
Right
a deposit for a Mavic free.
Now you want the DJI FPV2.
Terry, seriously though, if you think about it, what would you improve on the FPV drone? Seriously,
Camera.
Why
Yeah.
not? Hey.
Well, for my level, I wouldn't improve anything. But likewise, if you're doing the cinematographic stuff, then yeah, the
No,
camera. But
Camera and
the
maybe
thing is-
serviceability. I would say serviceability can be
Yeah.
improved. They should have quick connects on all those.
Yeah,
arms that
I
snap
must
off.
admit that is the only
Battery
thing.
life.
Because to replace the actual arms and what I've
Yeah.
never done.
You shouldn't have to solder, or I think you guys say solder, but basically, you shouldn't have to do that. Period. Solder, solder, tomato, it doesn't matter. But you shouldn't have to do that.
say
It ought to
well.
be you rip the arms off the damn thing, you make connections, and you
and
screw
you
the new
glue them
ones on.
together.
Have you replaced any of yours in Chuck? Have you done it or not?
Not yet. I'll
Yeah,
knock
no.
on wood. Not yet.
No,
Hey,
But,
you know-
but I've been challenged to fly through a swing set here at this playground near my house. I'm pretty sure that might require new arms if I actually go through.
Chuck,
there.
just talk about the FPV. Do you actually fly yours manual then at all? Or not?
Oh hell no, I'm not ready. I tried liftoff a bunch of times and I crashed within 5 seconds every time.
Yeah.
So.
Did you?
Dave's
But-
going fully manual tomorrow.
Nah.
I need to keep working at
take
it.
it to
Though.
500 feet in the air first, then switch
Yeah, I
over
need
to
to-
manual,
I
then
need-
press the panic button.
I do need to work at that though, because like I was talking to Sean Oz like a week or so ago, and he said that the cool thing about manual is then you can actually like dive mountains and stuff. He said he'll
Yeah.
take his up and just free fall it, and then he'll basically free
Yeah,
fall on the side of a
yeah.
building and film
Yeah.
it all and then fire it up again. You can get really cool stuff.
You
that
and
way.
Terry together.
I know how to get a good shot. Get a GoPro and chuck that down a cliff.
Throw it off
On a bungee.
a GoPro with a parachute. Yeah, I guess.
Jump a GoPro.
I really am more than happy flying mine on sport mode or normal.
Most fun.
I just love it. I really, really enjoy flying.
Yeah, it's like having a helicopter. It's like being in a helicopter when you
Yeah,
fly.
I just don't want to spoil the experience.
Yes,
I'll
I
tell you
really
what,
like
Terry,
that too.
Brian Turnbull, man, I'll tell you, he's getting to the stage where he'll be in manual mode soon. Honestly, you can see he's getting nearer and nearer hedges and grooves and things, isn't he?
I'm a lot happier now going low and getting close to stuff and doing it at speed. And I've got quite proficient at that. And going through narrow spaces. But I don't want to go any further than that. I don't want to go any further than sport mode. And I've got good results out of it, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
I haven't given up on manual yet.
So Chuck, have you got any more plans? You got any sort of future visits, as it were?
He's got to spend the next month editing.
Yeah, I've got I'm working on. Yeah, the next 2 vlogs are coming together pretty good. There's a lot more drone footage in the next one, and then the one after that's we have a really good Halloween vlog because of just the way things worked out. I'm gonna kind of.
I think Chuck, seriously, I'm dying being serious for once. And Marcus, I think next year should be the year that America meets the Spanish.
Yeah. Make it happen.
Ooh, go to Spain.
Yes.
Muy bueno.
España.
Spain trip.
Chuck,
Come
come on. Chuck, bring it on. Do it.
Glory would like Spain.
There's only one line. One line you need to know.
Hey, Terry and
Are
Jackie.
you talking like this time of year too? Because this time of year, Cork out like my birthday's. My birthday is next week.
I'm going to say, well,
birthday week.
July and August is probably a bit too hot, I think. I don't know.
So I'm thinking like late October would be nice.
I don't want that.
September.
Anything after September and anything before June.
So
Yeah.
my birthday
July,
week
August.
would work.
Got
My
it.
birthday week would be awesome.
When is that, Chuck?
Yeah.
26th October. So like.
Oh, mine's the 15th of October, so we can combine it.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Split
Have
it
a
down.
party. Joint birthday party.
Big party, a hog
Oh,
roast.
I like it. And Lori always asks me, Chuck, where do you want to go for your birthday?
Yeah.
España.
Spain.
I'll host a hog roast in the garden.
Chuck, I mean, you've gone.
Terry's doing a hog roast.
You
Yeah.
probably get a direct flight as well. I don't know where would you fly to from America? I don't know if you get Alicante. Would it be somewhere like Madrid or somewhere?
Into Madrid.
I know.
Madrid.
John.
Yeah. I don't know. I never even tried that. I
Get
never
connection.
considered the logistics of doing that.
Yeah, Marcus has already got it sussed.
Well, there we are. There's a challenge for you because I just think, I think the Drone Seekers International really should be Drone Seekers International. And anyone who wants to join us, there we are. We can have a party, couldn't we?
Tanya will, by the look of it.
Tanya, anyone watching is invited. I mean, you obviously got to pay for yourself. Unfortunately, we don't.
I thought you were playing, Steve.
I thought you played. No, sorry, cancel that. You're not paying. Oh, dear.
I'll have to brush up on my Espanol because it's pretty.
Well, when you're an old man like me, the only line you need to know is "Donde está el baño?"
I needed a few more words than that when I got.
You probably talk more Spanish there.
Yeah, I got tested when my Uber driver's phone stopped working. He was taking me home from downtown SLP, well, San Luis Potosi, to the Hilton, and his phone stopped working. So like he was fighting with his phone. I look at him and said, "Oh, problemo," and he's like, "Sí." And I said, "GPS, no."
No funcionaba.
Have you tried turning it off and turn it on again?
Yeah, it's like I'm like, un momento, and I pull up my phone. I navigate to get Google Maps up running, and I hold up a key, and he's like, bueno.
Just gracias.
Anyway, it's food for thought. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I would love to see it happen. I mean, and I don't think it's certainly not impossible. I know we've got I don't think COVID-19 is something we've got to live with. So let's get on with it. Just
it does suck. I can't believe Scotland happened.
And providing we all sort of take care of each other, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, just thought. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Chuck, thank you very much for being a guest. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me on. I'll come on again and again and again if you let me.
I'll be a little sad next Sunday because I'll be back in the UK again. So
give me that Marcus guy. He doesn't need to be here. I'll be the US
fun.
connection.
Hey, come on! Hey,
let's get him out of the way.
No, he's a nice man. He's our Marcus.
No, I love Marcus.
Come on.
You're gonna come and join us again soon because I'm gonna keep up with your vlogs.
That'd be great.
I've forgotten his name, but we have got another guest on next week, and I can't think for the life of me. Peter's. I don't know. He knows who it is anyway. But cool. Anyway, Chuck, splendid. I'll speak to you soon, and thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Adios, amigos.
Thanks for having me. See you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Chuck.
Joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.